Today I'll be recapping a Chinese movie called Cry Me a Sad River, and by the end of this recap you'll indeed be crying a sad river. Yi Yao is a high school student who lives with her mother after her dad's passing. Her mother seems to treat her coldly and indifferently. We are also introduced to Yao's neighbor, Qi Ming, a popular and smart student at Yao's school, who so far is the only one who treats Yao nicely. At the beginning of the story, Yao complains to her mother that she doesn't feel well in her stomach, but she disregards her, telling her not to ask for money. On the way to school, Yao sees a girl being bullied but does nothing. Later, we find out that the same girl, Xiaomi, has transferred to Yao's school and is making friends because she looks rich and beautiful. Xiaomi learns that Yao is poor, and suspecting she saw her being bullied, coupled with her jealousy that Yao is friends with her crush Qi Ming, she starts targeting Yao. Due to her unbearable stomach pain, Yao decides to go to the hospital. Meanwhile, Qi Ming was in an award ceremony where he sees the beautiful and kind Suanxiang and is immediately enamored. While receiving the award, Qi Ming accidentally shoved the flowers on Suanxiang's face. Turns out she is allergic to the flowers, and so they end up at the same hospital Yao is in. Speaking of Yao, she finds out that she has contracted chlamydia. She finds it hard to believe since she is still a virgin, but the doctor tells her it's possible to get the disease without sexual activity. The doctor also informs her of the treatment's high price and that she would need to inform her guardian. With all of this information, Yao comes out running and crying. In the lift, she meets another student, Suanxi, who sympathizes with her crying self. Later it is revealed he is Suanxiang's brother. These kids don't know this, but their future and fate is a lot more intertwined than they're aware of now. At home, Yao gives up on trying to tell her mom after being dismissed again. The next day, Xiaomi invites Qi Ming to karaoke. On his way there, he stops by Yao's to ask about her pain, and Yao ends up fainting in front of him. He takes her to the hospital and even pays the bill. When Xiaomi finds out, her hatred for Yao increases. One day on her way to the hospital for her regular checkup, Xiaomi secretly follows her. However, Yao changes her mind on going to the hospital, and instead goes to an illegal clinic to get cheaper medicine. She gets caught by Xiaomi, and this is when everything starts going downhill. Xiaomi spreads rumors at school that Yao has caught a sexual disease, which results in Yao being bullied by everyone. At a point, her bag is thrown inside a lake, and as she goes to retrieve it, Suanxi thinks she is about to commit suicide and pulls her out, but she clarifies that wasn't the case. The next day, these two skip school together, and while playing, Yao wonders why Suanxi is hanging around her with all the rumors going around. He jokes that it's because he's lonely, and assures her that he doesn't care about the rumor. He also advises her to fight off the bullies. Yao takes his advice and fights back her bullies at school, with his backing. At some point, a classmate wrongly accuses Yao of staining his clothes and demands she pays for his laundry, and as response she brings a large hose and sprays him with water. Qi Ming arrives at the scene and accuses Suanxi of being a bad influence to Yao. Suanxi retaliates by spraying Ming with water, and they end up fighting. Later on in the assembly, the principal puts all the blame on Yao for starting the violence. I don't know why they always blame the bullied for standing up for themselves. Anyway, Suanxi comes to the rescue and diverts the attention from Yao, and for this he gets punished. After the doctor from the illegal clinic tells her she would need proper treatment which would cost her more money, Yao rushes home to beg for some money from her mother, only to find her mom in the middle of massaging a customer. This infuriates the mother because if the customers know of Yao's existence, she'll be their next victim. Here we catch a glimpse that even though she's usually cold towards her daughter, she still cares about her. We are then taken to the day of a school trip to the museum. After seeing Yao's unattended bag, Xiaomi lies to the driver that everyone was already inside, leading to Yao being left behind. Suanxi comes to the rescue again and takes her to his bus. At the museum, Yao sticks to Suanxi all the time, and after a few teasing saves his sister's number in Yao's phone just in case she ever needs him. This is because his mother usually takes his phone away, so his number isn't reliable. Earlier on he had already input Yao's number in his sister's phone. Later on in the museum during an earthquake, Yao realizes Qi Ming has feelings for Suanxiang, making her jealous because she also likes him. After all, he was the only one who was nice to her before. It's easy to confuse these feelings. When Yao goes back to her class bus, she finds her money missing, only to learn Xiaomi used it all on cakes. This infuriates her, causing her to attack Xiaomi, but Qi Ming steps in. Afterwards, Qi Ming scolds her and implies she got the disease sexually, hurting her feelings. Meanwhile, a customer of Yao's mom uses a towel from the shower, and the mom warns him never to use it again. When Yao gets home, she starts searching for some money all over the place. She finds a box full of money written Yi Yao's tuition fee. Finding out that her mom has been saving money for her, she falls on her knees in guilt. When her mother comes back from school after being summoned by the principal and learning everything about Yao, she catches her holding the money. When she confronts Yao about the disease, Yao swears she hasn't done anything disgraceful and mentions using her towel. It finally clicks and the mother realizes it's the customer who caused it. Feeling guilty, her mother takes the money and holds Yao's hand to go to the hospital. At that brief moment, Yao feels a mother's warmth and care for the first time in a long time. Because of that, the next day Yao is seen walking to school with more confidence. On her way back from school, Yao sees Xiaomi being bullied by her former classmates. Xiaomi threatens Yao not to reveal what she saw. She even offers money to keep Yao silent. Yao on the other hand rejects the offer and challenges Xiaomi to keep her silent about it. At home, Xiaomi is seen texting someone. The next day while going for a date with Suanxi, Yao receives an anonymous message asking if she's Qi Ming's girlfriend, which she instead forwards to Suanxiang because she thought it was meant for her. Suanxiang receives the message while waiting to go on a date with Qi Ming, and she decides to inform him about it. Later we are shown that Suanxiang went to an abandoned building while texting someone. While Yao and Suanxi are on a date, Suanxi gets a phone call from Suanxiang but couldn't answer it because his phone dies seconds after. We then get to see Suanxiang being chased by some unknown guys, which later leads to her accidental death. Xiaomi at her home receives a text from someone and we see she looks shocked. Being the number one suspect, the police retrieve Yao's phone. Everyone at school including Qi Ming believe that Yao was behind Suanxiang's death. Suanxi, feeling sad about his sister's death, asks her not to contact him anymore. Because of Suanxiang's death, Yao's bullying becomes even worse. Not having Suanxi by her side or Qi Ming's trust, Yao feels completely alone, and she makes a hard final decision and heads to the river next to their school. Soon the whole school catch wind of it and flock by the river, some mocking her and some begging her not to do it. Suanxi, still sitting at the school, comes into his senses and rushes to the river. Suanxi's desperate plea for Yao to get off the river doesn't reach her. Yao then pours her heart out at how much she has suffered from everybody's bullying. She finishes by saying she doesn't know who killed Suanxiang, but she definitely knows who killed her. And with that she goes running into the river. While other students are panicking, Suanxi chases after her and manages to pull her out of the river. Then the other students try to wake the unconscious Yao but to no avail. Later, Xiaomi is caught by the police for ordering the unknown guys who killed Suanxiang, who were actually meant to kill Yao. The news on TV mentions that the court would give punishment on that school for Yao's bullying case. At home, a few people were seen moving things out from Qi Ming's house while he put a bouquet of flower on Yao's house window. Meanwhile, Yao's mother sold her massaging chair, implying that she wouldn't do the massaging job anymore. On the other hand, Suanxi transferred to another school. We later see Yao all by herself having a monologue at the lake, and projects a flashback of herself and Suanxi after the suicide incident, sitting next to each other by the lake. Out of the flashback, Yao sits by the lake and looks at the spot where Suanxi used to sit, when later she sees Suanxi looking at her from a distance. Subscribe, like, comment, and share for more content like this. Bye.